Hello, beautiful divine one. Thank you for pressing play. Thank you for choosing you. Thank you for coming to co-create here with me, with us, with Source today. I have no idea what is going to come through, but what I have been feeling, I've been feeling that you are experiencing the now differently. Like you are accessing more and more of your magic in the now. It's almost like being in a game, and you can only access the pockets of magic available to you by being fully present here now. And if you think about the past or you think about the future, you're just creating stuff in your mind, but not really, right? Because you can only be here now. Can't be in the past, you can't be in the future. Yes, there are timelines. Yes, you have access to past now use and future now use, and I'm saying this a triple one, so you have access to all of it, but the you here now, the magic that is for you to access, to bring through more magic into the world, right? Because you, in a sense, are a little bit like a portal too, right? Through you, Source can create here. This is why co-creation is 144. This is coming through. Like, we are all collectively being called to co-create with Source in our own unique ways, whatever calls to us. So you are, in a way, a portal for higher consciousness, to stream through you. So if this message has found you, what I'm really seeing is that, like, you've unlocked the code to the game. You've unlocked the code to the game. It's like the game is that to win the game, all you have to do is be present here now, always accessing the magic here now. But that's so easy, because here now is so magical and so beautiful that you wouldn't want to leave it. You would just want to stay here now, experiencing and accessing pockets of magic. Your alchemy is here for a reason. Your alchemy is to anchor the light. It is through your alchemy, which is your unique life experience, right? It's unique to you. Your upbringing, your parents, your siblings, if you had any, your girlfriends, boyfriends, whatever stories, whatever sort of core beliefs of yours that shifted when you were really, really little, that's what you have been experiencing, right? Until you kind of reached a point where you were like, something doesn't feel right here. Whatever trigger you had to your awakening, it'll be different for everyone, right? That's why I'm not going to linger there. But there was a point where, or somebody told you, or you found a video, but there was a point where something resonant found you, and you began to unfold. You began to unravel. For some of you, it was fast. I'm hearing some of you did experience what I've heard termed as the quickening. And some of you, it was slowly. And it was all by design. You designed it perfectly. So the game of the now was just too easy. So they threw in an ego, they threw in a brain that likes to think a lot. 144, right? We all collectively have this hardware that we almost need to not break free from, but step into the driver's seat of. It's like you were sitting here playing the game, but all you really needed to do was sit here and experience. And then, well, everything would change, right? You would uncover more and more magic. Everything would shift. And this is the game of life. This is the game of life. And your alchemy is how you bring it in for everybody else, right? Your unique experiences, the stories that you lived, the stories that you attached to, the experiences that at times may have been crippling, the experiences that were so beautiful, right? All of that is your alchemy. And it's here for you to use now, always. You are an alchemist bringing in new earth. You are an alchemist raising the earth's vibration while simultaneously raising yours. I'm seeing and feeling such a calm, such a calm. It's like you're ready for all that is coming, because you also know that it's not about all that is coming. You know that it is just about here now. So if this message has found you, I'm feeling that a big shift either has or is going to occur, and it is a shift of perception. most shifts are, but it is like one of the major shifts of perception that you don't even need, but that like you are ready for, right? You are ready for, you are ready to rise above. So with you rising above, anchoring the light, making light of things. I mean, I can use a personal experience here. I went back to the same doctor for an issue and then had a little moment of being frustrated that I got treatment that I didn't like, but I already knew, right? And I could, in that moment, be frustrated, but I could also take it as the lesson, the beautiful lesson that it was for me. And there was much in it for me, and I'm not going to necessarily go into all of it, but in that moment, I realized this is just something else for alchemy, right? I don't have to linger there. I can jump into this hamster wheel and run, and stir up stories and emotions and this and that, or I can see it, or I can actually listen to what conversation I'm having with myself. Your reality is essentially you. So whatever you are experiencing in your reality is you conversing with you, showing you, teaching you, reminding you where you're not free, so that you can be more free, so that you can experience more and more bliss, so that bliss will not be something that you experience, it will just be the norm. Because everything is, we give it meaning. Our stories, our emotions, we give it meaning. Everything simply is. So through your beautiful, beautiful lens, the lens that you have been creating over however many years that you've been having this particular human experience, this lens is where your alchemy sort of sits. It's your beautiful perspective, your everything that was attached to that you get to free. And this message, they're really bringing it through today. It's not new. They kind of bring it through in every video, but they're really wanting the emphasis on how you free not just you. You are already free, but when you are attaching to a story, you are not free. You are choosing to hold on. So you're not free because you choose to not be free, because you choose to hold on to whatever is wrapped up in that memory, in that event, in that story. So this is truly about releasing all the stories and seeing things from a whole new way. at this point, what they're giving me is an alchemical way. Like you're stepping into your alchemist's perspective. Yeah, that I got huge confirmation there. So that's great. You're stepping in, and it's a triple one. You're stepping into your alchemist's perspective, which is where you see things from like a bird's eye view, but also from an elevated high view of, okay, what am I conversing to myself here? What am I telling myself? What is this that I'm feeling, and why? Right? It's like we judge ourselves so quickly. It's like, let's say you're being present, you're having a where you're really, really trying to, not even trying to, where you are being consciously present. And next minute, you realize you've been thinking about a whole bunch of stuff and you don't even know how you got from there to here. Now you have a choice. Triple one, you have a choice, as you always do, because it is all about free will. Like you get to choose to remember that you're free, or you get to choose to remember that you're not. Or 1111, it's remember that you're not, because it's your human, it's the story, right? Your human does not feel free, but the truth of you knows. The truth of you knows. So detaching from the stories, detaching from the emotions, from the positive, negative, just detaching, 1144, detaching. And it's not an unhealthy detachment. It's detaching from the story so that you can see and experience things as they truly are, not as your human clings to keep things exactly the same and steps into fear or allows anger to remain for a day or two. That is all that you are stepping away from. And this is why it's like you're stepping into your alchemical perspective, which is where you kind of see things and you go, okay, that's not for me. That's not for me. Ooh, what can I do here? What can I shift here? How can I see this differently? How can I experience this differently? 1, 2, 3, 4. So big, kind of seeing like a big explosion, or maybe it's an implosion. But just, yeah, something going out and coming in. And as the dust settles, there's something new. Like it, it's just shiny. So it's something new. I don't know what it is. But what I'm seeing is that it's like, okay, now I'm seeing a pebble rising, almost like what came through yesterday, where like as you're stepping on this path, you kind of, something will present itself to you and you will either feel called to take that step or not. But when you take that step, the rest of the pebbles will disappear and you won't really know where you're supposed to do, or where you're supposed to go, what you're supposed to do next. But you just need to trust and stay right there and know that the next step will make itself known to you when it is time, when it is ready. And all you need to do is hold your vibration, hold your frequency, and stand where you are using your alchemy. Okay. So there is this, I'm seeing the void. What I'm seeing in my mind's eye is actually, I don't know, it would be really funny if it had been there. But what I'm seeing is this particular deck's full card where she's like stepping into the void. So I feel like right now, you might not know where to go, what to do. You might not even know who you choose to be. This is kind of where you kind of have to sit and wait. It's like wave hello to the void, acknowledge that you are there, and then allow. So much discovery, so much discovery. What I'm kind of seeing in my mind's eye is a dark room, and almost like somebody, a figure sitting there, And then there's almost like a projector light or a screen or something that switches on. I can't quite see what's there, but it's creating shadows in the room and everything is changing. And suddenly this simple room is so much more. So this is about really, really beginning to see and experience things from here. It's a feeling, friends, and it's something that only you can discover by being you. No one can take you there. Okay, so I'm being called to take the cards out. I feel like this was a very, very messy introduction. And I find that when things are really messy, that's usually where the magic is, because if it's perfect, then perhaps it was restricted. For me, I think I've said this before on this channel, I used to paint. Well, I still paint, but I paint very, very differently to how I used to paint, which was to try and capture things perfectly. And the perfectionist in me loved it and hated it, and it took the joy out of something that I loved, something that I felt called to do. And it was only when I kind of just started to really have fun with it and experiment with it and play with it that I found my way, the way that I like to paint, the way that I like to do things, the way that I like to still discover new things, right? For me, painting and art is a bit of an experiment. I like to break the rules. You know, I like to set a canvas on fire to see what the effect and work with it. I enjoy playing with chaos. And nobody could teach me that. Nobody could teach me that. It was only me tinkering, playing, just having fun, discovering, remembering, that I discovered and remembered the way that I like to play. So you are really being called at this time to look at how you do things, to look at everything really, and find your way, like add your flavor to it. There was a very beautiful download that I had for this collective that I'm being reminded of here about the secret flavoring. Right? Like you are magic seasoning, but it's almost like you have a clause, and you have to believe that you are magic in order to be magical. Okay, friends, if any of this calls to you, my name is Angela. I think I may have said that. I'm not sure. If I did, well, you're being reminded of my name again. And if not, well, there we go. And I channel source consciousness daily through for you guys. So if this calls to you, I urge you or ask you to ground yourself in this magical now with your breath. If you feel called to close your eyes, close your eyes. If not, that's fine. But just breathing fully and deeply and completely in through the nose to capacity, holding for a moment or two at your heart space, at the source of you. Before fully surrendering on each exhale, breathing at your own pace. I find 5 to be the magic number, but do what you feel called to do. Just relaxing into the now, trusting the now with each inhale, softening to it with each exhale. Okay, one more. So we have the moon, which is 9. Well, it's 18, but 1 and 8 is 9. We also have the 8 of voices with the 9 of voices with the 8 of voices right underneath. So I'm hearing things are moving very, very swiftly, very, very swiftly. And there is, for me, with this page of materials, there is very much a oneness element here, realizing all that you are, which is everything. So with this remembrance and this ending of the illusion of separation, right? Like you step through the illusion of separation into beyond that, into oneness, into everything, really. And it's not somewhere you can stay because you're here to play in your human way, right? But it is for you to step into, tap into, remember when you feel like your human is losing its way. Right? It is always there, and it is the way of the new human, right? To be connected to everything. Many times, or not many times, but a few times, what's come through, and I may have shared it here, I know I shared it on my other channel, was telepathy. Like, we are stepping into a new, lack of a better word, era, right? Where we connect to each other differently, where we communicate differently. Our human language that we speak, English, is limited. I mean, it's not necessarily English, but language, human language is limited. It cannot express all that is. It cannot express all that is currently being felt and experienced, even witnessed. There are no words. So it's come through for me. I'm hearing it's come through for you too. So I have actually posted on this channel before, but maybe you didn't watch that video. Maybe you're new to this channel. If you're new, welcome. It's nice to play in your frequency. Thank you. But here, friends, things are new, things are different, things are going to be different, and you are going to experience things so differently that there is only one way for you to be authentic. It's like, authentic is just you being you. The 6 of materials, the 5 of voices. So here is where you truly, like, I'm hearing, step out of the illusion. But when you step out of it, you get to see everything that was completely differently. You get to experience it completely differently, because the past is something for you to use, right? In which case, it's why we have access to it. We were given memories and stuff for a reason. We were given everything for a reason. The past is for you to use for alchemy, but it's also your past, the way that you came to be here now, everything exactly as it was, exactly as it is, created or assisted you in becoming who you are right here now. And who you are right here now is someone who is ready to play the game differently. Like, you're ready to receive the abundance that is for you. I'm really being called to all these roses and flowers here. It's like you're realizing that you are money, because money is frequency. You're realizing that you are everything, because everything is energy, everything is frequency. The lighting's doing strange things. It's from the sunlight behind you. I'm terribly sorry, friends. So you are really remembering that you are everything. In my mind's eye, I'm seeing this unfolding of a flower in the heart area, but it's kind of like unfolding in a way that it's like re-becoming. It's like if there was a flower coming out of your chest and it started growing and it started, or blooming and like unfolding, but then as it unfolded, it kind of came back in, and everything was the same but different. It's almost like right now you're being reborn. My human doesn't quite like the phrasing there, because it can pick up, it can, it can emphasize many old paradigms, right? Being reborn, but it is, and you are reborn every now. Thank you, Source. Being made anew. You are being made anew. You are being birthed anew, and you are birthing yourself. I know It might sound crazy, but it's kind of all happening energetically, but this is what I'm feeling for you. I'm also being called to a really interesting movie that might trigger some stuff, but also assist in seeing things from a completely different perspective. Is Ethan Hawke. It's got Ethan Hawke and it's called Predestination, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, it's one of these where, like, how can they be everyone that you are, and you are just remembering that for however long you've been here, you forgot. So, okay, I'm being told to take some cards from this deck. Okay, 2 cards. Okay, just 1, Destroying Angel, Soul Contracts. 29, Narcissus, Walk Away. Okay. I'm getting that a lot of soul contracts are being activated for you at this time. I'm also hearing it is because of all that you have chosen to say no to. Okay, so it is all of these decisions, these choices, right? These conscious choices that you have been making that I'm going to clarify here on this 9 of Voices, because I'm feeling that with these 2 cards, the 8 of Voices, the 8 of Swords, and the 9 of Voices, I feel like you have, I'm just seeing like a duvet being pulled over, like really put things to bed. Really put things to bed. Somewhere there is a figure there. There we go. You've put things to bed. You've put your fears to bed. And this is just confirmation of what was coming through at the beginning of this message, which is you're experiencing things in a whole new way. You're tapping into the magic of the now. You are using your alchemy. You're realizing that whenever you experience this energy or these thought paradigms, right, whenever you choose to play in that way, and fearful, feeling trapped, not sure, feeling stuck, there's no shame, blame, guilt. There's no judgment. It is for you to do until you remember that there is more, and that you came here for more, and that there is another way. But I feel that if this message has found you, you have already remembered more and more and more, and experienced enough magic and miracles for you to close this door, right? To close the door to this way of being, this 4D paradigm, right? This fixing, problem solving, needing to know. So this is about stepping into 5D consciousness, right? 5D but perspective, but higher, because you are, through your alchemy, you raise your frequency. And I am feeling that at this time, your alchemy is not just online, like it is like an active volcano. Really interesting, friends. I did notice that we had 5, 6, 8, 9, no 7. And right here, we have the 7 of Voices. So moving through things very quickly with your alchemy. This is what I'm feeling here. You're moving through things very, very quickly. You're choosing not to see things in this way. You're choosing to see things from a higher perspective. And you do this through your alchemy. You do this through releasing yourself from what the past now you chose, right? I mean, when we think about something, here's an exercise. Think about something. You can pause this video, and you don't have to do this if you don't feel called to. I am being told to end the message after this, so there won't be any more cards, I don't think, unless that shifts, but who knows. So anyway, here is an exercise for you to try now. Close your eyes and imagine something from the past that hurt you, or like something that is upsetting for you. Just imagine. I'm sure you can find something that can stir up some emotions. It's not too hard, I don't think. I say this because a lot of stuff is just right there for you to release. So I imagine that it won't be difficult to find. This is an energetic read, not a judgment or an anything. It's just an energetic read. We all have some stuff right there ready to be released. So it's find something that is right there ready to be released. See what emotions it stirs up and see what fears, see what the hamster wheel does, right? Where the hamster wheel takes you. And after a few moments, maybe a minute, no more, but you can play in this paradigm. You might get stuck there for a little while, right? It might take some acknowledgement to sort of bring yourself back. It can happen, right? Like I said, we can be over there and suddenly end up over here, and we're like, how did I get here? What was the first thought? Like, what started this string of thoughts? You know what I'm speaking about. So all of this is being presented to us to be altered, to be shifted. So whatever stirs up, whatever thoughts you have, whatever feelings you have, look at the ones that really make you feel not good. There is your opportunity for alchemy, right there. Right? I'll use my doctor's example because it's a personal thing. What it stirred up for me is, why is this person not listening to me? Why does this person not see the not that it's severe, but why do they not make me feel like they're actually listening and paying attention to my thoughts, my concerns, or whatever is going on? Right? I don't want to give too much of my life away here. Not this is not the space for it. There is a space being created for it, I imagine, because like you, I am a divine sacred mirror, and what we respond to is witnessing and seeing and experiencing other people's unfolding. It almost like awakens and stirs the courage within us to step into our own. Okay, so anyway, it stirred up many things for me, and I actually had to go, okay, why did I go back to her in the first place? And I had to go, okay, everything is perfect. I know this, so it's done. It's perfect. What am I saying to myself here? And I had to look at everything for a moment. You just shine the light on, and you just kind of go through, and you go, okay. So because I felt that I wouldn't get an appointment with another doctor, I went back to the same doctor. I didn't trust. There was a whole lot of stuff that showed my mistrust in my reality, right? In my universe showing up for me. Because your universe is here to show up for you, but you have to believe that it will. So I didn't trust that my universe was going to show up for me. I didn't go seeking for a more resonant doctor. I stayed where I was. It was easier, it was known, it was whatever. And what did I experience? Some stuff that wasn't for me, reminding me of everything that I needed reminding of in that time. And everything that it stirred up was for alchemy, right? It was for alchemy. Everything was perfect. And now it gets to be better. And that's how simple it gets to be if you allow it to be. And I'm feeling and hearing that for you, this is, you've stepped into your alchemical or alchemist's perspective. Perhaps it's an alchemical perspective, right? That actually really resonates too, because through your perspective, you are changing things. You are shifting things because your perspective is shifting. So your alchemy is really, really in your perspective in many, many ways. Okay, friends, I'm being told to stop there. Thank you. I know this was a very, very messy video, but for me, it's really when it's messy that I find it to be so much more fun, so much more freeing, so much more magical. Like, I don't really know what came out. I get to watch it later, and even I find in the ones that I can feel my human going, oh, it's messy. Those are the ones that when I play back, I find and experience so much magic for me. So thank you. Thank you for co-creating this video with me. Have a beautiful magical now. Bye-bye.